Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my Let's Play of Spellforce 3. I'm IVATOPIA, it's episode 208. We came up with a final plan last time and we're just checking our vendors and chatting with our companions before we head into the final battle. And I might, if we don't take the full episode up, actually read a few of the, if I remember, ones we didn't open. We'll see. That's how long this take.
Tandai
So I expect to find that start next
Come to
episode.
trade?
Just what you need.
You got nothing on you. Do you have any? No. Increase focus regeneration. What's that?
Come again. May Tiara bless your path.
Yes,
Yes.
yes to heart? Want to take a look at the scriptures?
I guess an extra. Oh, I sold them to you. Do you have any? No, you have no money. Fudge.
A fair offer.
They're offered. Moving on.
What can I do for you today?
I want to equip...
I had hoped as much. What do you need?
Already know.
Everything for the wary traveler. You know how to bargain, don't you?
Yeah, just walk away from you. Okay, where are we? We are here. So let me check these. Just one need to go in the middle, just top of them. Right, let's go to him first. Well, I don't think they've added anything to the vendors. I'm just double checking to make sure. I don't think they have. Hello, little whatever you are, Gablin.
What's next?
You talk to this dude. If we haven't bought more, buy more.
Zalraka, what do you need?
Oh, I didn't ask him about that last time. I'll ask him that before
I
we
want
go.
to train the fire.
All right. Here's what we can do.
Oh, but I was like, I sold most of the stuff here. That's one good thing, just to do technically keep them. If suddenly someone came up and like, oh, I need venom sacks, I can go back and buy them. Should probably buy focus potions. Don't need the fresh start one. Yeah. Oh, let's ask him about that,
Zalraka, what do you...
Can you tell me more about the fire wielders?
ask him about this
About your
before.
traditions?
Well, since Gore is now our High Chieftain, he's the one you should talk to. But I'll do my
you go.
best.
The Mage Wars, how did they affect the orcs?
The Mage Wars. How did they affect the orcs?
Hardly. Some tribes, like the Fleshkins and the Ash Reavers, used the chance to invade your lands. As you've noticed in that Iskander village, Farland's Hope. Apart from that, we just stood out of it. Though, of course, we had our own sack of problems to deal with. Such as idiots like Krell.
Did the Bloodburn affect the orcs?
How did the Bloodburn affect the orcs?
It still does. For some reason, not as often as in human lands. But nonetheless, and when it hit, it did so with full force. There were 2 outbreaks among the fire wielders, and every time, the affected died within a couple of days. The Kayran clan was hit the hardest.
Interesting. I wonder why the races react so differently.
Well, I'm a warrior, not a shaman or an elder. You'll have to find out yourself.
Okay, well, I asked him that stuff.
I'll be going, Tsar. Thanks for your help.
Sure.
Okay, well, with the map. It's easy to see, it's bigger, isn't it, than it's down there. You know, when you're trying to do it with these little things, it's hard to see.
Now, would you look at that?
It's a nice place, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes. Looking for some orcish craftsmanship?
Nope. Not from you right now, it seems. So we need to go there, talk to them, I guess, here first.
Let's see.
Chat with
Now,
him.
would you look at that?
The game's so good looking, isn't it? Graphics wise. And obviously technically it's an RTS-RPG, but the water, lovely, jubbly. That was floating though. There's a few things like that, but in general it's good. The purpose would make it even better to see this stuff.
Yes, yes, Tahar. Looking for a
Oh.
skilled engineer?
I don't have that. When did that happen? How did I miss that? Ooh. I'll have to start selling some stuff if I do find more like this.
Pleasure doing business
You're
with
welcome.
you. Come again. I'm getting new
It's
wares
Elven
by the
Blister.
next moon's turn.
Okay, so say we go here and head to the middle. Do it that way. Then we might read a few things in the inventory, and the next episode head off and do the actual mission. For 6 minutes about at the moment, unless the middle conversations are going to go on for like bloody 30 minutes each. We might be done by like 10-15, and also I'll push to 25.
Let's see.
Good to see you, Corporal.
Yep.
What can I do for you?
Nothing apparently. Nothing at all. Reminds me of Flanders, stupid sexy Flanders. He's wearing nothing at all, nothing at all.
Interesting.
Yes, yes. Have you come to see the fruits of my labor?
Apparently not, nope.
Good choice.
Oh yeah, awesome choice. Okay, that's them too, so it's you.
What do we need?
And then to the middle. The last vendor. So if this one doesn't have anything, then yeah, we covered them all.
What is it?
I would like to train.
Well, if you have the coin, I might be able to help.
More focus
Let's see.
potions. I think I need all these, but just be safe. Look at the money now. Whew. I'm broke after the war. Well, 168 of them if we need to, so I think they should last us the whole map quite easy. This magic like a bonfire amidst warmth, whatever its purpose it must have been pivotal to the city. Okay, so who are we missing? Obviously you two, because we spoke to you, spoke to you, spoke to you, spoke to you. You're him, right? Yeah, okay, so you're missing, I spoke to you. Oh, okay, yeah, we spoke to everyone once we've done these two now. I think we had someone we missed.
Shouldn't you be somewhere else?
I just wanted to see how you're holding up. What are your thoughts on the upcoming battle?
I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, Tahar. Emotional goodbyes? I think there's a big, nasty fight ahead of us.
Definitely.
And there will be a lot of bloodshed. But we'll win this, I'm sure of that.
Hopefully.
How so?
We'll take a look around. From next to nothing, you've put an army together.
Yeah.
A messed up patchwork army, alright, but a force to be reckoned with. That's impressive. And to be honest, I didn't think you could do it when we first met.
Why?
I don't know. Just a feeling.
He was confident in me.
Anyway, let's get back to it, shall we? We have a war to win. So, back on your feet again, aren't you? Good, because there's plenty of work ahead of us. Do you think you can handle it? Leading the troops, I mean?
Why would I?
Why wouldn't I?
Well, you've obviously been through a lot. Finding out that your mother's a shaper, and that you are the result of some experiment, that leaves scars, whether you want it to or not. At least all that explains why your aura has always felt so strange. You're not human, at least not entirely.
I guess I'm not.
Makes you more interesting, though. Either way, we'll find a way to get your mother back.
Yep, hopefully.
What that fucking bastard did will not go unpunished. Trust me on that.
So I guess that means you're staying.
Yeah, you guessed right. But at least for now. You're not the only one with an interest in seeing the purity of white have their fucking steaks shoved up their own asses. Now we should probably get back to planning.
More session it should have
There's
been.
plenty of things we need to do if we want to get Greyfell back from that fanatic.
Right. See you around, Ben.
You will.
Alrighty then, so let's move on to our final companion, shall we?
Tahar.
Hello?
Getting prepared?
Yes.
It'll be dangerous. I'll see you in the battle. It'll be dangerous.
It will be dangerous. You don't have to stay.
Optional.
You know that?
Oh, Tahar, you know, we never got the chance to talk much. But there's a reason I became an assassin. Blood, violence,
That's
death.
gonna be perfect for you.
It doesn't scare me. On the contrary. But I guess now isn't the time to catch up on this, is it? There's a battle ahead of us. I would like some more time to myself before we set out. Just give the word whenever you're ready. Yes,
see.
Corporal? How can I help?
Tell me more about your abilities, about being an assassin. Tell me more about your friend. I think we asked this before, didn't we?
Would you be willing to tell me more about your friend?
You seem to be quite adamant about this, aren't you? Fine, if you insist.
We
What
asked
do you
this
want to
before, I
know?
don't remember. Close were you? What was she like? Close were you?
How close were you and her exactly?
That's hard to say. We had sex in all those 5 years.
okay.
She never left my side. So some people
lesbian.
might have considered us lovers, but I'm not sure we ever felt that way towards each other. You see, I don't feel emotions the same way other people do. And neither did Mila. The feelings the bards all sing about, I never had them.
Okay.
And I doubt I am capable of feeling them at all. This bond we had it because we were alike. Because she understood me and I understood her. Without saying a word. And I doubt I will ever have that feeling again.
When you say you were alike, what does that mean?
When you say you were alike, what does that mean? That she also hardly felt emotions?
Yes. But whereas for me, it had been becoming a dreamweaver that had made me who I am. Mila had simply been born that way. There was no logical reason for her condition. It was just what fate or the gods had given her.
I understand.
Maybe you do.
Okay, so we haven't asked these things before. I was thinking now. What's she like?
What was she like?
That's a difficult question to answer. Compared to me, I would describe her as more cheerful, more talkative. She enjoyed the company of other people far more than I did. Of course, that conviviality was mostly a charade. Her interest in other people was genuine, but it was mainly because she wanted to study them.
Wow.
It was almost as if, until the very end, she believed that she could somehow overcome her nature. Of course, it didn't work.
Was she an assassin as well?
Was she an assassin as well?
She was, yes.
How did it happen, the blood run?
How did she... I mean, how did it happen? The blood burn?
Well, I presume you are familiar with how the disease progresses, so there's no need to explain that part. As for when and where, we were with a small caravan near Everlight, on our way back to Greyfell. We had made camp in a small forest when the symptoms first showed. An old man, one of the caravan leaders, started coughing blood. I think everybody saw, but they all acted as if they hadn't. From that point on, it went straight downhill. Almost 3/4 of the group were infected. And by the next day, a young boy had blood running from his eyes.
Ow.
Do you know what's strange?
What?
What?
Up until that point, I didn't even consider the fact that Mila was infected as well. The thought just didn't ever cross my mind.
How did you find out?
A blister. On the 3rd morning after that night in the forest, she took a bath in a nearby river and I saw it. That was it. I knew what would happen. And so did she. I insisted on riding back to Everlight and looking for a healer. An irrational thing to do, and I knew it. But I figured that a chance was better than none. But she wouldn't have it. I want to tell life when it's over, not the other way around. That's what she had always told me.
Okay.
And that night, it turned out she meant it.
She took her own life.
Yes. When I returned to the camp that night, I found a letter where she told me to meet her at a nearby clearing. I did, and found her laying on the grass, hands crossed behind her head, as if she was watching the moon. There was an empty bottle next to her, and I immediately recognized it. It was the merciful slumber, the most painless of poisons at our disposal. When you drink it, it's almost like falling asleep, very slowly. She was smiling when she faded away.
Wow. Feel about her decision. Oh, not gonna speak it?
How should I feel? It was her decision, and it was the most rational choice to make.
To speak it.
Dying of the blood burn is incredibly painful, and she avoided that pain. Her last memories were ones of peace.
I feel lost. All the people you've killed, maybe it was fair.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Anyway, is there anything else you wanted to ask?
Yeah, that's a new skill. Dark Slumber. Oh, okay. Does that mean his is in the blue thing then? No, he's got his skill, hasn't he? So I've asked her stuff though.
Goodbye.
Okay, I'll look at her thing. I gotta add a point to it, don't I? So, in a words, she ain't gonna get it till after we've done the fight. Is she? Fudge. Unless I wanted potions to give her the ability points, but I don't think I have. I used them all on me, didn't I? Consumable. Yeah, she's not gonna get it. Nah, that sucks. So what would it give me here? Area apply pathetic to all targets in the large area. You want a pathetic yourself. Affected by Dreamweaver's mark or apathetic for twice as long. Attack, cast spells, or move. Oh! So it stops everyone using spells and that against her. Yeah, that'd be quite neat. Oh well. It's fine. Okay, before we head off, I said we're going to look at some of these things quick. Hopefully it has it in the Eldred got on. I think it does. I don't want to be reading ones we've read before. We don't have that many, but again, I don't want to read ones we've already read. Like from Mohan. Trying to see if they did go in the correct order. Else, already alphabetical. D's A. Okay, not alphabetical order. I'm assuming from these. Level a quick look at them. Letter from Mohan. Dear Mother, I hope this reaches you and that your anger has subsided enough to allow you to read this. You parted with harsh words, for which I am sorry, but I cannot recount the truth that the council is corrupt. Eleanor's gift is meant for all, not just for those with connections or gold in their pockets. Hope one day you can see that. As I passed through the gates, I glanced back one more time. I hope through I knew it foolish to see you, to lock eyes with you before I turned from Finmur forever. Were you there? Were you watching, concealed among the trees? I tried to preserve the memory of my last look at the white tree. First few weeks of our exile were difficult to bear. Many were angry, and rightfully so, but most felt lost and abandoned. I too was afraid, but I found comfort in the words of the druids. We walked through the forest and mountains, days upon days. We camped beneath the open stars. Like the true wanderers, we finally reached humans' land. There were talks about having our own land to build a new home. You should have seen the joy on our people's faces. While we waited there, there was bickering about what to name this new homeland, how we would build and grow. It was a utopia dream. War came to human lands, and now we are stuck with only the leaf-shaped jungle to call our home. It's nothing compared to the forest of Finmar. But for the moment it's home. Sometimes I dream I was never exiled and I'm still home. Not sure why I wrote this other than to say I miss you and father. Wow. I thought there was something we do like Intentional self-awareness, vengeance. I don't know if these are not all the one we picked them up or not, personally. And these are all quest items, apparently. How's that quest item? Oh, so there are quest items. I guess we'll just head to the thing, you know. Because I feel like if I'm messing around reading these, I don't know which is new, which isn't. And you could be like, oh, you read that one back in episode 20 or something. I don't see any that stand out. Like from that village. Off my head, so. Okay, just before we leave, let me save. Just chatted with everyone. Take a screenshot here, sir. So, basically, saved me 68 hours. Not bad. Obviously, that's not including every time I died, I'd reload, do a whole map again, but just when I played and got through stuff, so 60 hours, that's not bad for the game, is it? Okay, let's go. Well, improvements. Let's go back to him. Plus skull padding. I don't think it is. That's for the helmet, isn't it? Can I? I went to him already, so that's basically for this part, isn't it? Let's go with the arm improvements. Dwarf skull padding can be completed in more. So am I missing something from it? So to do with this. Action blade, shield, axe of mountains, might of the giant. I don't know, Tanda. I already spoke to him. It's like, why am I missing that? Dwarf skull padding. Dwarf skull padding. So where do you get dwarf? You know what? I'm just gonna phone very quick. Spellforce 3, Google. Let's see what it says about that. Because we're about to go to the final fight. It seems a bit weird you get it before you get it in that fight. What was it called? Dwarf. I don't know why I've gone to this. Nothing bad. Bloody hell. Fusion versions. That's so cool. Like, you can look at them. Apologise about that, that was my doggy in the background. She's chewing something and goes, she choked slightly. Tainted Vanguard, Tainted Mora. That's so cool. Holy fudge. Try beater. Older demons. That was a cool, nice wyvern. Someone throwing. Bloody hell. Yeah, so there's 3 stages, aren't there? So you get the big one and he dies, and goes to that one, goes out, and then you lose him. Medusas. The models are cool, aren't they? Just like appreciate them a bit before we go to the final battle, isn't it? That's what it feels like. It's like saying bye to the game. Even though saying that, this battle might take me the next bloody 2-3 weeks of episodes worth on the channel to actually pass it. That's a nice one. A nice red one. Oh, there's just creatures. Bloody hell. Okay, we'll do them in a sec then. Let me just double check this. I was going to Google one. Dwarf skull, that was it. Dwarf. Bone. Skull. Padding. Location. I'll do that. I don't know why that loads up. Actually, it's loaded, but I'll read it in a second. Let's go back to this. Human units.
Commander.
So these are the units that are in the actual game. And you pick humans.
She's ready to fire.
We stand ready.
Oh, that's cool. The champion. Oh, yeah.
At your command.
If I'm not mistaken, that's a nice unit, isn't it? the next expansion, a couple of these did disappear, and they replaced them with something, and they also get flying units.
You need help?
I'm not sure which ones off my head. Holy fudge, that must be the Titan. Look at that. Never really got to use the Titans, have I, through the campaign? Just realised.
Yes.
Unless it's going to be this final map where they're going to introduce them.
Need scouting?
The Elven units.
Scryer.
It's the Ballista. There's a Druid.
How can I assist?
Doesn't like a mount this time round. In the past games it weren't. There was on foot like this, basically.
We're here to protect. Yes?
That's obviously their Titan, isn't it?
What is it?
It's the mage.
What?
Oh yes! Dramas. Oh, is that their Titan? I would have thought it would have been down here. Flesh Coliseum. That looks like their Titan. Hunter.
Chieftain.
Ravager. Scoundrel.
Tell me.
Shaman. Sea Troll. Okay, maybe it won't be.
Chieftain.
There are a lot of trolls.
At your command.
Purity units.
What is it?
Did you say something?
I ride with Hiran.
Just well gonna be fighting again in a minute. Gifted Iron ones. There's no Brian for them. They had Brian, didn't they?
What?
Huh.
What is your command?
Command. Yes?
Huh. So why the Purity don't get any writing?
Would you like to push?
Where to?
Change.
Bloody hell. It's Iron 1. Sorry. Gifted Iron 1. Iron 1. He's a lot bigger.
Yes.
Commander.
His lance thing, isn't he about big as Gifted 1? Apparently it is.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Awaiting your orders. Say the
Sparrow.
word.
Oh, okay, this is just a... Tells you about the game mechanics and everything. Resistance system, revive system. Recuperates if the right click on the downed hero. To revive a timer. Hero dies, you can be revived with an hero's Godstone at the cost of one of your runes revive charges. Dies and there are no revive charges left, you will lose the game. RTS revive charges can be refilled. Yeah. Technology. Critical hit, blocking, attack spell. Warp mat. I guess we won't go into that. Bloody hell. Lots of tutorials if you need to read them. Alright then. So let me quickly, what does it say about the location? North of the fortress are somewhat with the undead bandits. You will need to rotate the camera slide to see it. Rotators? Have I missed it? North of the fortress to the southwest. So where's that? In Windwall Foothills. Windwall Foothills. Maybe we nip there very quick. Windwall Foothills. Windwall Foothills. Get us on before we leave. Windwall Foothills. Before we go for the final battle. What are we on time-wise? I kind of stopped looking at the time. Oh, 20 minutes. Huh. This has become a longer episode. Have a look, see where Windwall is. Windwall Foothill. Ah, here. So let's travel there. And I guess we'll look for the next episode then. I don't know about who goes. I don't need you for it, do we? So we'll just travel. So that being said, please like, please subscribe, please share next time. I've done you've been awesome, and thank you for watching. In the next episode, we will look for the last bit of padding for him before we do the final battle. I guess we can check if there's anything else we need for him, but I believe that's really it. Bye everyone.